DA Alvin Bragg this is the Manhattan DA, suffers a embarrassing loss in a court case mentioned by Jim Jordan. It was an earlier video, but also he's been talking about this on Fox News yesterday. So I thought I'd bring it to you. Anytime we get a victory for Trump, and this is a victory for the Trump case, we're going to bring it to you. So thank you all for subscribing. Thank you all for leaving your comments below, giving us a thumbs up. If you're still hanging with Trump all the way through this Manhattan case, give us a thumbs up and let us know that you're still there. I'm Doug in Exile. We love being in exile with you. Let's get to the news. This is a headline from today's Washington Examiner. Jim Jordan's investigations into Manhattan and Fulton DAs test congressional limits. So this is Manhattan would be Alvin Bragg, and the Fulton DA would be Fani Willis, who we've been talking about a lot. And this is a bit of a pushback on Jim Jordan, but it didn't work in Alvin Bragg's case. So let's get to the article. The House Judiciary Committee fired off a letter to Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis this week. We already covered that. Thereby launching its second inquiry into a local criminal case against former President Donald Trump. The committee's chairman, Jim Jordan, Republican, Ohio, a fervent Trump supporter, wrote that Willis's prosecution involved substantial federal interests, an argument he and other committee chairmen also made repeatedly this year during tense exchanges with Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg amid his prosecution of Trump in New York. They're only saying substantial federal interest. These are local state guys trying to keep it within the state, say an area of Manhattan. And really, they're dealing with a full nationwide election is what Jim Jordan's calling them out on. Now, Alvin Bragg fought that in court. In his response, Bragg charged that the chairmen were inappropriately meddling in states' affairs. They're going, hey, this is a state thing. Keep Congress, get them out of here. Separation of powers and all that. Their, quote, attempted interference with an ongoing state criminal investigation and now prosecution is an unprecedented and illegitimate incursion on New York's sovereign interests, Bragg wrote in one response as he lied. The exchanges culminated in a lawsuit brought by Bragg in an attempt to block Jordan from subpoenaing one of his former attorneys and to more broadly, quote, put an end to Congress's constitutionally destructive fishing expedition, unquote. See, they're actually accusing Jim Jordan of doing the fishing expedition. It's Alvin Bragg who's going fishing. A federal judge sided with Jordan, giving them and Trump a massive victory, acknowledging Jordan had the authority to investigate Bragg's case, especially for the purpose of considering relevant legislation. Okay, so now Jim Jordan is using what they learned on Alvin Bragg and applying it to Fani Willis. I just want to show you how significant this Alvin Bragg victory is because they saw that it worked in one area in New York, and now they're going to try to fly it up into Georgia, into Fulton County, Georgia, against Willis. So it could be a big victory in their ability to investigate these people, to investigate this whole thing. See, all of the fronts are firing now with Jim Jordan, the Trump defense attorneys. You've got a weaponized government and what we really need is journalism. That's what we're doing here on this show, is we're trying to provide the truth and get it out so you guys can spread this news out to everyone else. Let everyone know that Alvin Bragg got a huge loss and that we're going to apply that and try and get the same thing against Fani Willis. I'm Doug in Exile.